in my time of being here, we came up with certain systems of how to work and how to really maximize what we get out of Concord. So we first decided which folders we were going to first upload to Concord, and we actually decided on these being our game provider contracts. Now, the reason for that was these are probably the most important contracts that we have within our business as well. And the fact of the matter is we have over 2,000 contracts with over 50 suppliers as well. So these could be really quite time consuming to look through and filter through just doing it manually. So each of these documents contain key pieces of information which show the nature of the relationship between us and that supplier. So we had to think about the parts of the document that we'd quite like to have quick access to. So as you can see, these are the properties that we came up with just for our game provider contracts. As you can see, there's 19 different properties in this property section. So what I've done is I've picked 3 which just show off the different types of properties that we actually utilize. So the first one I'm actually going to talk about is the brands. So at LeoVegas, we have different brands which operate in different jurisdictions and different markets as well. And now a game provider contract may be specific to one type of brand, or it might encompass a few of these different brands as well. So from an organizational perspective, the multi-select option just allows us to keep everything uniform by using the same names for these brands every time they appear in these contracts. And then from a business perspective, having quick access to this kind of information allows us to provide quick answers to the likes of internal stakeholders. For example, if they wish to know if a certain supplier can be used within a certain brand that we have as well. And then the next one that we use is a short text property type. And a good example of this is the license automatically extends property that we have. So this property helps us understand whether or not the license granted in our gaming provider contracts extends to any of the other group companies that we have within our group. So obviously this can be a straightforward yes or no question. However, the short text essentially provides us the opportunity to explain why the answer to something is no. So this essentially allows us to explain maybe the formalities that would be involved if we did want to extend the license to any of our other group entities. And then just a final example is the currency custom property type that we have with the likes of a minimum guarantee. Now, a minimum guarantee in these kind of contracts, it basically tells us the initial amount that will be payable to any of the suppliers that we have in our game providers. And basically, this property type allows us to quickly see what kind of value is involved with these contracts.